Good. We're checking it out, man. This guy is adaptive. This is all about adapting on the spot, right?
Exactly.
We started off and we mentioned, I love the Apple product. We started with the Apple product. He ran out of storage. But it's okay. It's cool because
now that's actually my second phone. My phone has storage, but it doesn't work with the mic. So we've been flexing. But now we got your phone, which is brand new.
Brand new.
It has tons of storage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm a iPhone snob. I'm an Apple snob. I really am.
Okay.
But I'm using the Samsung Note 10 Plus now just because it's a better phone. I mean, Apple is a better brand.
Yes.
But functionally, that's a better phone. But I only use it for one thing right now.
Video?
Well, I'm doing it for the first time.
All right.
First time with you.
So we're here at the Urban CEO Conference. It's the gala.
Yes,
It's
the gala.
event, Black and Red. And so
And your name is?
Brian Olds.
Okay.
President of Black Speakers Network.
Okay.
You are?
Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, founder of the Happy Entrepreneur Show. Yes?
Yes. So had an opportunity to be on your show several weeks ago. Phenomenal. I just want to know, so what is it? So this obviously isn't your first event. You've been hosting, you've been in the space, you've been pouring into entrepreneurs for over the decade. What do you look for at this point in your career as you come in and look to pour into other individuals, partner? Like, what is on your radar as you put on your suit in the morning, jump on the plane, come to Atlanta, Georgia? Like, what's in your mind? What are you thinking about from an impact perspective?
From an impact perspective, for myself personally, and for folks I've been meeting with, I'm reminded what my mentor asked me. He asked me a question a long time ago. He said, Shay, when do you stop learning? And the obvious answer is what?
Never.
You never stop learning, because once you learn something, you never unlearn it. So when I'm getting on a plane, I'm reminded back when I used to play basketball. By the way, I got cut. I don't know if you know that story, but in about 1 minute, I went to Godwin Middle School, by the way. Coach Gilbert cut me from the team. I thought I was the best player out there. I thought he was discriminating because I was a little short, by the way. But I went up there and I was cut. But when I was cut from the team, my dad told me that I should go be the statistician. Now you know what the LL Cool J, a statistician, was back then, right? So I go off to be the statistician, which is short for the water boy. But while I was there, I learned how to play the game. I learned how to run the plays. And then a couple years later, I was able to make the team. Now, I wasn't a starter. I was only brought into the game when the all-stars weren't doing what they're supposed to do. Shay! That was code for run the play. I'm like, nope, you're only getting the ball if you're in the spot. So your question to me before was, Shay, what do you do when you come here? I said, I come here to learn, because you don't know everything. And we have some of the best, some of the brightest, some of the most intelligent folks like yourself that are here. And I'm always thinking, how can I learn from that individual so I can share it with my network? So you asked me what was I thinking when I get on the plane? Thinking about always be learning. And the lesson I learned as a statistician or as a water boy was learn what's going on, then apply it, then you can get what you want.
I love that. That. And so you are a co-founder of Black CEO, and now we're here at Urban CEO, and then I have Black Speakers Network. Is there a conversation to be had about the relevance of continuing to focus on underserved individuals in the community, minorities, people of color? Are you seeing that, or are you starting to see a shift where it may not be as relevant anymore, or do you feel like organizations like ours are more relevant?
Yeah, what I'm seeing out there, something that goes along with our mantra. And it doesn't matter whether you're black, yellow, green, yellow, blue, or what race or economic status. One of our mantras at the Happy Entrepreneur Network is the results that show up in your life are just as important as the results that show up in your bank account. And what I'm learning is, yes, we need to work with those folks that are underserved, and we need to make sure they have the resources necessary so they can live the life that they deserve and give back to others. But I'm also seeing another population of folks out there that are doing really, really well, but they're still under a lot of pressure. And most folks think that when you are successful, all the pressure goes away, but no, the pressure builds tenfold, and that they need help as well. So the answer to your question is no, we need to continue to work together. We need to collaborate, and we need to support each other. You have different resources than I have, right? You have a different skill set than I have, but we all serve the same group of folks. Those are folks who want to be better, want to have more, want to do more, and they happen to be our own people.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Did these services transform? Yes. But we got to start at home first. I grew up in the Pentecostal church, and our church only had like 32 members. When I was growing, my mom was a pastor, I'm a PK child, right? And out of 32 members, it might have been like 22 kids, right? But here's what they taught me. And here's why your question is relevant. They say it doesn't matter if it's one person there or 10,000 people there, you work just as hard. And one thing I admire about what you do at Black Speakers Network, one thing I admire about what you do at Urban CEO is that it doesn't matter how many people are in the room, they still get the same energy, they still get the same effort, and they still get the same resources. And let me tell you, I've been in a room full of folks, and it's been intellectually stimulating. And I've been in a handful of folks like we are right now, intimate, private. It's not a sea of shiny faces that's out there. To be able to have these type of conversations like you and I am right now. So yes, it is relevant that we work together. It is relevant that we take care of our community. It's relevant that we take care of our families, so they have the resources to live the life they deserve. Absolutely.
That's great. That's great. So one last question. So I know you're obviously a sales expert. You have a sales conference or a workshop coming up. What do you think is still persists as one of the biggest misconceptions that entrepreneurs, whether they be new entrepreneurs or seasoned entrepreneurs, have about sales? And what do you really want people to know as it relates to the sales profession in 2019?
Sure. The biggest challenge that most folks have as it relates to sales, the number one challenge is they don't want to sound like someone else. They're afraid that they're going to sound like a robot. They don't want to read a script. They don't want to come across as being authentic. They want to be themselves. They want to speak from the heart and be who they are, which is one of the reasons why after 15 years in business, we created the signature selling style. What I learned was they didn't have a fear of solving a problem. They didn't have a fear of asking for the money. They didn't have a fear of getting paid. What they had a fear of, if I'm talking to you, I don't want to feel like I'm trying to be pushy or aggressive or arm twisting. I don't want to be seen as a used car salesman with some plaid pants on and a yellow feathered hat on and trying to sell you a car you don't want.
Yeah.
What they wanted to do was be authentic. They wanted to be themselves, and they wanted to serve. Here's what we believe, and here's where the paradigm shift has come around with signature selling style. Here's what we believe. People will pay you today if you help them solve a problem today. So I've helped people move from just being a sales rep to understand they're a sales visionary. And what is a sales visionary? A sales visionary is someone who helps someone solve a problem because they understand they need the resources in order to do it. So the biggest fear people had was sound like somebody they weren't. And they had never learned, Brian, in their whole time in business, their own signature selling style. I'll tell you about a good friend of mine, her name was Kathy. And when I first started working with Kathy, she had like, Shay, I'm not in sales. Think about that. An entrepreneur, not in sales. It's like an oxymoron.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur, but not in sales. And I said, well, let me ask you a question. Preachers sell faith every single week, right? Teachers sell education every single day. Parents, and I'm a parent, sell values every single day. You're still selling your ideas. You're still selling your thoughts. You're still selling your beliefs. You're selling your core values. And you're selling people to do things that you believe are in their best interest.
Yeah.
So we're always in sales. Shay, why is that? Because all roads in business lead to professional sales presentation. And in order for you to have the resources in your business to buy things, guess what you need? You need sales. But once you learn your signature selling style and you sell like who you are, then it's okay because you're just being yourself. That's the biggest fear they have, being a phony. They don't want to do that.
Yeah, nobody wants to come off being inauthentic and feeling like they are used car salesmen trying to pawn something off they don't need. We're solving a specific problem right now for a specific person, and you're helping people understand how this happens.
Absolutely. I mean, they were given a vision. Many of them were given a vision for the people they were called to serve. So you think about Moses, right? Not Moses. You think about Noah. And no matter what your belief is, right? I happen to be a believer, and that's just who I am. But some folks, it's okay if they aren't. They might believe in a higher power or a special being or divine or whatever it is, the universe. But think about Noah. Noah didn't have the vision to go save the world. He had a vision that came to him from God, through him to the people, right?
Yes.
But Noah could never have really built that ark without the resources. That's what sales is. So he couldn't do it without the wood, couldn't do it without the hammer, couldn't do it without the nails, he couldn't do it without the community of people coming together. And that's the exact same with being in sales as a business owner. You have a vision for the people you were called to serve, but you need resources, i.e. money, in order to do the marketing. You need resources, i.e. money, to get your technology, and you need resources, i.e. money, in order to do what? In order to have the technology, the automation.
Yes.
So the reason folks have a fear of sales is they don't want to come across slick and phony, but the other piece behind that is once they understand that they can solve a problem and get paid, then they understand the money gives them more meaning in the world. So it's not about the money, it's about the meaning and what they can do with the money. That's what encourages them. That's what inspires them. And they believe one philosophy as they close up, and that philosophy is you can make a difference and a dollar at the same time. Once I can show them that, Once they understand that, they're like, Shay, I'm all in.
All right. Well, thank you so much. This has been phenomenal. I'm looking forward to a great couple of days. Any final thoughts as we prepare to move into the Urban CEO Conference experience this weekend?
Sure. My final thoughts for anyone that's watching, listening out there, is that number one, they have greatness inside. That they're amazing, that they're special, that they've been given a gift, they've been given a talent, and that they can do this, but they have to do one thing that my dad taught me. 2 words, and it's stay consistent. Stay consistent. Stay consistent. You heard that consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key, but having said that, what do most people struggle with? Well, obviously consistency. So what I would tell the person out there that wants to raise their standards in their health, or raise their standards in their relationships, or raise their standards in their finances, or if they're a business owner, an entrepreneur like me, they want to raise their standards, is stay consistent. Here's the key, when no one is looking. Stay consistent making the phone calls when no one is looking. Stay consistent working on your marketing when no one is looking. It doesn't matter if it's early in the morning, it doesn't matter if it's late at night. Why is that? Because it all pays off in the end. So stay consistent. That means you gotta take action. You gotta be disciplined. If you do that, they're gonna be very successful. That was my final comment. Stay consistent.
I think I got my nugget to move forward with before we even officially go into the conference. So, Shay,
It's always a pleasure, man.
Always
Thanks
a
lot.
pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right, cool. I thank all y'all out there just tuning in and watching.